Okay, chat. The business plan is completed. It's completed. And I have sent it to the potential members of my advisory board. I have sent it to my attorney, who I am talking to on Monday. Are you guys ready to see the logo? I have it pulled up. And the name. I have the name written in here. The name
peepoPog, wow.
hopefully is going to stay the same. It depends on what the attorney says, because there's a trademark on this name for another company, but it's within another industry, so it's probably fine. Da-da-da! Look at this! Dion made this logo. What's really special about it, one, so it incorporates the internet kind of on this mountain, but this isn't just any peak. This is Bishop's Peak. You guys remember me doing the sunrise hikes and shit? And where I flew Mulan, and where I released Bean, all on Bishop's Peak. So this is Bishop's, and this is Bean. Dionysus, peepo clap. I love it. I would be happy if this was the final one. I really do love this logo. I also changed this tag a little bit, so now it's Animal Sanctuary and Virtual Education Center. There's another thing that Dion did that you guys will see as we scroll through this business plan, and I show you. It's also like really, really special. Can you show the logo bigger? Yeah, I can do that. Here you go. How nice is that? It's so clean. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Here we start working our way. Are you ready? Table of contents. What happened to my table of contents? My dad was in here. He kind of fucked with some stuff. Okay. This is all not new. The mission is to inspire online audiences to engage in conservation efforts by creating content that teaches them to fall in love with a myriad of species represented by non-releasable animal ambassadors. That can be shortened. That can be more concise. I just haven't figured out how to make it more concise.
peepoPog, wow.
Here I added some a future wave, thank you. I added some prior methods and
wow.
alveus methods. Curly, thank you. So TV, I talked about like television up here, and how it's like one way and chat is two way and blah, blah, blah. Target audiences and collaborations, these are just all my stats and my projected growth over the next 4 years, because this is technically a 3-year business plan, although it's probably not going to take 3 years. Here are some pictures of collaborations I've done with other big streamers. Schlatt, Pokey, Hasman, Rich, peepoPog. Fun development and marketing. Oh, this is big. This is new. So we're gonna do a GoFundMe, right? That's like not in question. So GoFundMe is gonna happen for my capital campaign. Another thing that we're gonna do once the facility is built up is potentially, hopefully, my dad actually came up with this idea. It's a really, really good idea, is doing monthly enclosure sponsorships, or monthly animal ambassador sponsorships, or monthly animal subscriptions, or I don't really know what to call it yet, but essentially, if you really, really like an animal ambassador, you can pay like $10 a month, and by paying $10 a month, you get access to a web page off of my website where you can view a 24/7 cam of that animal's enclosure, which is really, really neat. It's a great way. One, it's a really good excuse for me to have like high quality security cameras and just live cameras in all of my animals enclosures, so that I feel safer. And it's a really great way of fundraising and a great way for people to stay connected to an animal that they really care about if they're excited about it. So this was added, so this is new. I'm trying to think if I'm missing other things that's new. Charity merch line. I want to do plushies for the rehab room, and I would love to do plushies of the specific animal ambassadors we have for this nonprofit eventually. I still need to figure out if that's possible. I still don't know a plushie vendor. You guys want to see the sketch that I sent Dion, because I had this idea for the logo, and I was like, this, but art. Look, I was at work, I put it on a piece of paper, I was like, this is kind of what I mean, because I was trying to explain it to him, and he didn't know what I was talking about. This is Dion's logo. This is what I said. This is what I said to him. Why'd you have to do it like that? Okay, but you get what he understood. Okay, I literally said, like, something like this, but art. All right, and he did it. So thank you for that. Okay, moving on. Animal ambassadors. Nothing has changed here. I did add animal rescue organizations from some of the sources that I may get these animals from, because I figure something like a Burmese python, or another update. A Burmese python or something I could get from a reptile rescue. It doesn't necessarily need to be like a confiscation or from another program. Facility enclosures. This is new. Okay, so I have decided, and you guys have heard me talk about this on the podcast before, there are a lot of species that just do not get represented in conservation that absolutely should. We are nothing without our insects, arachnids, and vertebrates on this planet, and they don't get talked about enough. Granted, I don't know all that much about them, but I want to learn. I would like to have enough insects and arachnids at the facility to be able to do an entire education program on them. I also think it's really great to get creators to like hold a spider, or hold something cool, because it's really engaging to watch your creator do that, but then also to be like, oh wait, this is actually kind of cool. Like, it's not going to hurt me. Like, this is really neat, and I think that would be really powerful. So I added an insect house to the facility, because I want a room where we make sure we can maintain the temperature and humidity and just have ideal enclosures for all these insects. I have talked to a couple people about getting on my advisory board so that I can talk about ethical sourcing of insects, because I don't know where to buy them, and I don't know the ethics of purchasing insects or rescuing insects or anything. I've never had them really. I've never had them for myself. I've taken care of them at other facilities, but yeah, so insect house. Very cool. That's a new update. Education programs, nothing different here. 2 different ways of doing education. One on my stream, just like streaming essentially zookeeping, and then streaming animal husbandry, streaming training, streaming enrichment, just streaming more of the everyday lives of the ambassadors, and then education programs where it's collaborations with other streamers, content creators, and their custom written programs for each creator. So you say, like, you want insects, you want to talk about feathers, you want to talk about, whatever. Basically 2 different types of education programs. Staff. I have quite a few positions here, but this is not really something that you guys need to worry about. Already went over this, nothing was added. Volunteers and interns, same thing. Funding sources, same thing. I have a wish list, which will be really helpful. IT stuff, insurance. Budget. I don't know if this is interesting to you guys. I don't really want to walk through it, but this is the budget. We are netting positive. I mean, wouldn't it be great if the budget worked out as you plan it? But we'll see. That's optimistic. Board of directors. Facility concept. This is not how it's going to be laid out necessarily, right? This is like just conceptually the kinds of things that I would like to have at the facility. So driveway, parking, the media studio and education center, and then off of it have training and interaction yards, so you can bring your animals out from their enclosures into another space where you can do training, where you can do interaction. You can bring creators out there and they can interact with them in more of a natural setting in a yard like this than having sheds, enclosure, fenced pasture. I would love for an animal care coordinator to live on site, so that's why I have a house here. A nutrition house, so a whole building dedicated to preparing diets and storing kibble and other things that we need, and storing some medical supplies as well. And then an insect house, which is a little bit smaller, but yeah. This is something that Dion did, but wait. This is the old one. There's a new one, and I will put it in right now. This almost made me cry when he sent it to me. It's like, because it's so crazy, like seeing it actually come to life. I'll show you it larger. Here. Look at this. Okay, let me show you the facility concept really quick. So in this drawing, we're like here. We're like in the driveway, and we're looking at the media center and the training interaction yard and like this enclosure kind of. Look at this. How cool is this? So we have a animal care person here. We have a cockatoo, a gator. For the record, I won't have a gator this big, okay? Don't panic. But yeah, here's me. Oh my god, my perch! I didn't even notice that. It's actually my perch. Hopefully I can get something less scuffed at the at the facility. But yeah, this is my perch. Filming people, a zebra. Yeah. I think this is beautiful. I'm so excited.
Nintendo was shot by